This should be live any second.
Yeah.
You're watching 5 Star Live, presented by Waffle House, East Tennessee's #1 post-game high school football show. Live, on location from the biggest game of the week. Live interviews from the winning coaches and players, along with highlights from other games around East Tennessee. Your hosts, Jesse Smithy and Kevin Smith, with decades of experience covering and coaching high school sports, along with the 5 Star Preps team, will update you on games as they become final, and will break down region outlooks and what's to come for your favorite football teams and top players. Now, get ready for the most comprehensive high school football coverage in Tennessee on 5 Star Live.
Welcome in, everybody, to 5 Star Live, presented by Waffle House. I am Jesse Smithy here with a halftime report here in round 1 of the Team Football Playoffs. We're here at West High School tonight. The #1 seed in the 5A playoffs. They are definitely playing like that 54-7 lead over Morristown West. I know it was fun to look at in the bracket, West versus West. Which is the real West? Knoxville West proving they are for real tonight. 54-7. They did not allow Morristown West to cross the 50-yard line until 45 seconds left in the second quarter. We're going to have a highlights of this game here shortly, but let's get you caught up on what's going on around the area tonight in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. Catholic, big matchup against Christian Brothers of Memphis, Tennessee. Of course, Christian Brothers has Dallin Hayden, son of former ball Aaron Hayden. He is a Ohio State commitment, and Catholic doing a really good job of bottling him up tonight. And that Christian Brothers offense is Catholic 10-0 at the half right now. Dallin did have a big run there, got them across midfield, but all they have is Dallin Hayden. You look at the Christian Brothers stats, they don't have much else. They have about a 200-yard receiver. They don't have much else in the backfield besides Dallin Hayden. So Catholic definitely keying in on him tonight and doing a good job. Catholic trying to get their first playoff win since 2018. Back then they were a Class 5A school, so we'll keep an eye out on that one tonight. Let's take a look around. Also in 5A, Oak Ridge was a team that I thought, and a lot of people thought, could go on the road, upset McMinn County. They are trailing right now 17-0 at the half. McMinn County, remember last year they didn't get to play in the playoffs because of COVID. There's a lot of controversy around that game with Dobbins Bennett. They've put together a nice win streak here in the last half of the season. They enter the postseason with a 6-game win streak and currently lead Oak Ridge 17-0 at halftime. Pigeon Forge, they are up on West Green 14-7 at the break. Greenback trails Cloudland 36-8 at half. Maryville in a tight one with Dobbins Bennett. Dobbins Bennett did not travel well for this game. They typically do. Maybe they thought they were going to lose tonight. Maryville doesn't lose first-round games very often. It's been well over 2 decades since the last time that has happened, but they are in it right now with Maryville. Maryville had a touchdown called back because of a penalty. They also had a late turnover in the first half and kept Dobbins Bennett in it, but it's 21-14 at halftime, Maryville. Jellicoe and Oakdale, this is a cool story in the 1A bracket. Neither one of these teams have won a postseason game, and they got pitted against each other in the first round of the 1A playoffs. Jellicoe is trailing Oakdale 20-10 at halftime, so that'll be a story to monitor as the night progresses. Rockwood leads Happy Valley 26-0. Jefferson County only trailing Bradley Central 14-7. That's a good sign for the Patriots that they can hang in with the uber-talented Bradley Central team. Kingston, they're up 35-21 against Sequatchie County. Loudon rolling 28-6 over Grundy County. Farragut was a team that a lot of people thought could maybe go on the road, upset a #1 seed in Science Hill. They're trailing tonight 28-7 in the first half. Farragut, total rushing yards in the first half, -5. That's what they like to do best, is run the football. They're not doing so tonight. Powell, remember last year, upset in the first round against Walker Valley. They're not getting upset tonight. They're up 42-0 on a really bad Ooltewah team that has maybe 2 or 3 wins this year. Elizabethton Carter looked kind of like a fun one. Carter likes to throw the football. Elizabethton can throw the football. It's 19-0 right now at the half in favor of Elizabethton. Carnes searching for its first playoff win in program history. They are up 21-12 at the half on Walker Valley. Deshaun Bishop, they are putting it all on him tonight. And I think he had 132 yards in the first half, a couple of touchdowns in the first drive alone. It took them 20 plays to score against Walker Valley. Deshaun Bishop was involved in 18 of those plays. So definitely going to the workhorse tonight. We'll see if he can carry them literally to a 5A playoff victory, which would, again, would be the first in program history. Fulton having no problem with Volunteer. They're up 21-7. Greenville and South Doyle was a game that was really intriguing in the 4A bracket. South Doyle struggled in the last half of the season, fell all the way to a 4 seed. They have to go on the road to take on Greenville. It was a tight game for a while, a 14-14. Sean Gary got into the end zone, really gave them some confidence for South Doyle on the road, but Greenville starting to pull away now. They lead at halftime, 35-14 in a matchup of Mr. Football semifinalist. Mason Gudger, running back from Greenville, named a Mr. Football semifinalist earlier this week. He's already over 100 yards rushing, contributing in the pass game as a receiver. Sean Gary, 18 carries in that first half for 77 yards and a touchdown. They're going to need him to start ripping off bigger runs at a bigger clip to start to gash that Greenville defense. We see that they can do that in the second half. Lastly, tight ball game up at Anderson County. Remember, Anderson County 5-5. They are a 1 seed, still playing without Walker Martinez, their starting quarterback, who they lost halfway through the season. They are trailing Seymour 21-14. And take a look at Seymour, a team that was 0-10 last year, now in the playoffs as a 4 seed, leading at Anderson County 21-14. Seymour has not won a playoff game since 2004. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that storyline as it develops into the second half. All right, let's get to some highlights of this game in the first half. And Morristown West comes into tonight just happy to be in the playoffs. It's been a while for them to really come into a playoff atmosphere and feel like they have a team that can contend. I'm not sure they're a contender this year, but they had Hunter Delaney at running back, 1,000-yard rusher, kind of a real tall, lanky running back, much like his brother, who ended up playing at Wake Forest many years ago. And West High School really keyed in on him tonight, making sure that they stop the run, making sure that Morristown West goes to the airwaves tonight. And every time they did go to the airwaves, somebody was there for West High School to break it up. You had Zion Mattress get his hands on an interception, return it for a touchdown. Again, Morristown West did not cross the 50-yard line on offense until 45 seconds left in the first half. They ended up getting a Hunter Delaney touchdown right there on the final play of the first half. But this West defense was just too much tonight. You see him get to the quarterback there. There's Zion Mattress with the interception return. And from this point forward, you see the cavalry come in, open up the gate for him. This point forward, it's just been all Knoxville West. And Carson Jesse has been throwing touchdown passes. You see one here, deep. Great catch by Jacarius Wren, and he stumbles into the end zone. Morristown West turns it over on the ensuing play, and you see Noah Geiger there come in and make a big tackle. He's been big all night tonight, but Morristown West just couldn't get out of its own way tonight. They end up moving over these guys over here in motion to try to get Delaney a nice run. Delaney does and ends up fumbling the football on this play. West scores on the ensuing play. So anytime that Morristown West messed up tonight, West High School took advantage, and even on that wobbly pass, it just fell into West High School's hands. So we're going to be joined by Lamar Brown, the head football coach at West High School, maybe a player or two after the game to talk about this team. And remember, back in the mid part of the season when they beat Farragut, they had just lost Shannon Blair, their Michigan State commitment. They've now lost a star linebacker. They've lost a running back. They've lost a slot receiver. And these guys continue to pound people, continue to put up big wins. Last week, you remember, they got up 49-0 at halftime over Central in a region championship game. And it doesn't matter what adversity comes this team's way. They continue to put up big wins and impressive wins. So If they win tonight, it looks like they'll take on maybe Halls or Daniel Boone in the second round. They get past that game. Could see a rematch with some old foes. So that's going to do it for our halftime report here tonight. 5-Star Live presented by Waffle House. Come back after the game. We're going to have highlights from this game. We're going to have highlights from Oak Ridge, McMinn County. We're going to have special guests on the Waffle House hotline. We're going to go through all the brackets, get you up to date, and start looking at pairings for round 2 right here on 5-Star Live presented by Waffle House. Don't go anywhere.
Single leg, oh he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts, like that's a rack. Bought some new boots just to wear 'em out. Bought a new Beamer, I run it to the ground.
Coca Rental Company is your hometown go. We offer fast delivery on late model, low-hour boom lifts, excavators, track skid steers, scissor lifts, and more. Coca Rental Company prides itself on great customer service and providing the best equipment and tools at a reasonable rate. Give us a call today at 865-457-1478 and let us be your go-to rental company for your next project.
TAPERED Men's Grooming Studio is Knoxville's premier barbershop.